Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Hoop Jargon. And, it's another beautiful day out here in sunny Southern California. I'm heading to Irvine, which is in Orange County. I live in Monrovia, which is right outside of LA. So, we're going to talk about the NBA Hall of Fame class. Well, the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not necessarily NBA. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So I know I mislabeled this, but I know I'm not going live in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, hopefully that stays. I ain't been live in a minute. I know it. And I gotta say this before we get rolling. YouTube has demonetized me over some of my shorts I put out. So in a month I can dispute that and we'll get back right. So if you want to donate to the channel, it's HJ Streams, as in Hoop Jargon Streams. Yeah, because I'm not monetized right now. And, it's a mistake of my own. It is what it is. All right, let's talk about the NBA, well, the Basketball Hall of Fame. You guys hit the like button on your way in. So, as we see in the thumbnail, Paul Gasol, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Greg Popovich, and Becky Hammon are going to be the 6 people. I think it said Tony Parker, right? Those are going to be the 6 people inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And listen, man, this is a good class. Now, is this going to be a class that's going to, knock your socks off as far as box office-ness, as it were? No. But this is a good class for 15 years ago. These were the guys leading the NBA. Dwayne Wade, having that, heralding experience of winning the championship in 2006 when Shaquille O'Neal had infamously left the Los Angeles Lakers, leaving Kobe Bryant, and went over and he named, you guys hit the like button to weigh in, he named Dwayne Wade as Flash, right? So 2006, Dwayne Wade made a huge name for himself in basketball lore. And ironically beating Dirk Nowitzki, right? Shout out to Zen, man. Good to see you, Zen. Great basketball mind. Y'all go follow my boy, man, Zen Master, man. I like cats who know basketball and talk basketball the right way. So y'all go follow Zen. Good brother right there. So D Wade made his career off that 2006 series. And I know a lot of people, they judge D Wade off of, his lack of prowess with LeBron James. We're talking, about 4 years later in 2010 and beyond. But D Wade really made his Wade County thing. Now listen, D Wade is a guy who, his personal stuff, I can't get jiggy with that shit. I can't get jiggy with what D Wade's brand is, now. But one thing I don't do is I don't judge you off your personal life or other, what they call it, extraneous information as it, presents, or as it pertains to your actual basketball career. Because your actual basketball career, Dwayne Wade was a dog. Dwayne Wade played basketball the right way, besides being able to shoot 3-pointers. So I'm gonna give him his flowers on the merit of what he did, and so salute to D Wade for being what he was. Because going back to what I was saying about LeBron James, LeBron came to his team, and people say, "Oh man, LeBron came to Miami, turned that team." No, the Heat were a playoff team before he showed up there. That's fact. Eric Spoelstra, it was just funny, man. What they call it, revisionist history. Eric Spoelstra was a damn good coach. Is a damn good coach. And it shows that Miami Heat culture is very strong. So people who are ardent LeBron James fans are kind of having to eat crow a little bit, because you see that Miami Heat culture is strong before him and now after him. They've been to 2 NBA finals after LeBron James. So you can't say LeBron came and flipped that culture. It's just not true. It's just not true. Oh, let's see. Daniel Sims says, the only thing I didn't like about that series was the amount of free throws. Yeah. It was a big free throw discrepancy going on with that series. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. And let me say it this way. As a Laker fan, I don't like how we won a championship in 2003. When we beat the Sacramento Kings, I think it's some bullshit. So I'm not that guy to sit here and be biased, even though I like a certain player, you know what I'm saying, a certain team, so on and so forth. So what you're saying is right. What you're saying is absolutely right, brother. But at any rate, hey man, it is what it is. So like me being a Lakers fan, but I'm not a LeBron James fan. I'm not gonna, so part of me, I love the fact that we won the bubble championship, but the same part of me is like, it's a bubble championship. That's just facts. So I can look at things with nuance, to your point. So I appreciate that comment, brother. Okay, so going forward, Dwayne Wade has shown, you know, his worth in this league. Now, not so much on the back end. When he came to the Cavaliers, horrible. He went to the Bulls, horrible. So, I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be a perfect picture. Let me put it that way. So going forward, Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki is a guy who had a hella reclamation project, i.e. the back end of his career. Like, Dirk Nowitzki is the epitome of a guy who just, you hang in long enough and you put the work in and you get the fruits of your labor. When Dirk came in, he was a 7-foot project out of Germany, out of Würzburg, I believe he was at, the city he's from. Like, which is like third league in, you know, in the Bundesliga, which is the German league, which is a shit league. I played in Germany, so I can speak on that with confidence. But Dirk, you know, put his work in. You know, he had the peril where, you know, he was the MVP, lost in the first round against the Golden State Warriors with your boy Matt Barnes and Michael Petras and your boy Baron Davis and so on and so forth. Steven Jackson, I believe, was on that team as well. So Dirk, and also the year before that, losing in the finals to D Wade. So Dirk has gone through a lot of peril to be where he is. But as we know, in 2011, all sins are forgiven. And y'all guys hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Y'all tune in. Dirk came through and put on a savant of a performance in 2011, beating LeBron James and D Wade in the finals. Because as we know, the Mavericks would definitely outmatch. And in that series, it just was so funny because guys like J.J. Barea, Jason Terry were holding LeBron, and in our right minds, it's like, why the hell would you even make that matchup? But they did it because they saw that, you know, LeBron was in unfamiliar territory. And I know, you know, LeBron took the Cavaliers in 2007 to the finals, you know, with you know, some suspect teammates, and I give him a lot of credit for that. But that was with no expectation. And we know in basketball, man, when you play with no expectation, it's easy. What they call it, house money. But when you play with expectation, it's a little different. How the youngest say, it hit a little different when you play with expectation. So we saw in 2011, you know, when expectation was afoot, things was what it was. I mean, it's one of the biggest meltdowns we've ever seen, you know, from a star player perspective ever. So that's why when people do this, you know, GOAT conversation, I'm like, LeBron being a GOAT. No, I've never seen a star player struggle that much. I've never seen no shit like that before. So I see LeBron. So, but at any rate, let me catch up on your comments. Zen says, happy to see the Spurs legends. Yeah. So Greg Popovich is one of the guys in that pantheon. Also Tony Parker. Because listen, man, what the Spurs did with the lack of quote unquote talent, it's to be commended. It's to be commended. The Spurs did a damn good job of working what they have. And shout out to my guy Lamont, FYI Sports. Me and him do this show on POF, which is like a dating app, but like there's a lane for sports talk. I talked about this. I said that when the Spurs lost in 2013, you know, usually when you lose in the finals, you go and retool, you go and batten down the hatches, as it were. They went and did this. They went and got Marco Bellinelli, and they put your boy, I call him Blimpy, Boris Diaw. They made him like basically a Draymond Green fixture, and they came back and whooped the shit out the Cavaliers. I'm sorry, the Heat, the next year, right? So good teams and good culture, you don't have to have a lot of shifting. You just recalibrate, refocus, and your championship product is there. So the Spurs get a lot of credit from me personally. Now some people don't like the Spurs like that. They don't like how boring they are. They don't like Greg Popovich. But personally, I do. I like boring basketball if it's successful. And I'll put it this way. I remember my junior year in college, we played against in this tournament at the University of Louisville. And the first tournament game we played against Louisville, we lost by like 25, but they were the number 5 team in the nation. The next day, we played against Richmond University, the Richmond Spiders. And they ran a Princeton offense. If you guys don't know what the Princeton offense is, it's like back cut heavy. It's big on like, just playing in space and just back cutting. Because most defenders do not want to defend. And I remember us being up like 15 points, and we lost that game by 15. And it's because we couldn't defend those back cuts, because it's hard to defend. So what I'm saying is basketball can be won in a lot of ways. And so I've seen it many ways. Was that Richmond Spiders team 15 points better than us? Absolutely not. But their game strategy was good towards our defensive deficiency. And that's what you see in the NBA. So when people just try to make, tit for tat, making, I'm going to say marbles for marbles, but that's not what I mean. When people compare things in a non-comparable, capacity, it makes me cringe a little bit. Why is that important? Because the San Antonio Spurs is a team that plays within a team concept. And they deserve everything they got. They're just a good team that plays within themselves. And they got 5 championships. 5. The boring ass San Antonio Spurs got 5 NBA championships with their boring ass style of play. Which shows you that concept works. It works. So I'm glad to see that Greg Popovich and Tony Parker are getting into that. I think Manu Ginobili as well, and Manu are getting into that championship. Hall of Fame pantheon because of playing basketball the right way. I love that. All right, let me get some comments and try to catch up. Hall of Fame was Texas and Cali players. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. D-Live, shout out to D-Live. Good to see you, brother. Said 2011 was a magical year for them. Absolutely. And shout out to Daniel Sims. I see you're new to the channel, man. Hey, subscribe if you're new. Appreciate you. He did beat Miami, but don't forget that he beat Kobe and the Lakers in the second round and swept them. Who you talking about? Don't clarify that for me. Oh shit. Duncan is the best power forward I even seen play. Yeah, you know what's funny, man? Listen. Like I just said, 2 minutes ago. I like boring basketball. To me, boring basketball that's played the right way, I got no problem with it at all. So the argument is Tim Duncan the best power forward? Yeah. It's either him or Dirk is in the discussion, also Karl Malone. But yeah, I definitely put Tim Duncan as the best power forward. Because Tim Duncan, I'm going to say this too, though. During the later years of the Spurs championships, Greg Popovich did a masterful job of hiding Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's minutes got reduced tremendously, even to the detriment of the Spurs' success. And here's what I mean by that. The Spurs, when they lost in 2013, guess who's on the bench? Tim Duncan. Because when Chris Bosh got that rebound and kicked it to Ray Allen hit that 3, Tim Duncan was down on the floor. So when people overpraise Tim Duncan, I step in. But what I won't do is not acknowledge, the greatness that what Tim Duncan was, because he was great. Tim Duncan, he's not going to be demonstrative. He doesn't have a lot to say. He dressed like a dude who got dressed in the closet, right? But when Tim Duncan put his hard hat on, you know 2010 was coming. And not 2010 in a bastardized fashion. And by that I mean, he's not looking for stats. He played the game in a very organic fashion. And I respect Tim Duncan to the highest degree, for sure. All right, let's see. Duncan is the best. Okay, you got that. But who? They didn't shoot threes. How can it be a good basketball? Yeah. So that's another thing, man. Shooting threes with big men is like a huge thing that people have too much of a premium on. Big men don't know how to be big men. So when I see throwback big men understand their role, listen, man, I'm not a three-point shooter. Like, you know, again, I'm a Lakers fan. So watching Jackson Hayes come over, I like his game. But now, you know, I'm a University of Texas fan, so, you know, I'm a little biased in that capacity. But guys who just understand their role, you have such a value. You have such a value in this game. You just do. You just do. All right, let me see if we can get over here. All right, thank you, traffic. You just do. So guys like JaVale McGee, you know what's funny, man? JaVale McGee, and I've said this on my channel, you know, before. JaVale McGee was a guy who, because he's so talented, and his mother played for the Washington Mystics back in the Gap. So he's like what you call like a monarch athlete, because he has that pedigree, you know, from a mother who's very talented. She's a twin, actually. I think JaVale McGee's mom is like 6'7" or some shit like that. So JaVale was gonna be a genetic anomaly. So guys like him is damn near guaranteed to be professional level of talent. But if you remember, JaVale, when he first came to the league, they let him like dribble the ball, they let him like facilitate, and they saw like, no. Rein that shit back, homie. So, but when JaVale reduced his game down to what it was supposed to be, you saw him be a two-time champion for the Golden State Warriors. And you saw he was selfless, because there was some series that Steve Kerr didn't use him because I couldn't use him. Well, I'm saying you know, speaking on his behalf, you couldn't use JaVale because JaVale, you know, had this little, you know, thing about himself where he would overextend himself. He would overdo things. He would over dribble. Basically speaking, he's not a facilitator. JaVale McGee is a rim runner, a rim protector. So once you rein that shit in, you know, with his years with the Wizards and his years with, the Wizards. When he came to the Warriors, he had no facilitation duties. That's not what he was anymore. He was about, rim run, defend, and score at the basket. That's it. So he did that. He was highly successful. He got 2 championships with the Warriors. Then he came to my Lakers, and then the bubble championship. He was a big caveat, him and Dwight Howard, to win a championship that year. So playing your role matters. But when you play outside yourself, you get what you get. Just saying. So him shooting threes and facilitating, horrible. Shots no guarantees. Good to see you, brother. So I'm already a subscriber, bro. And the team I was talking about was Dallas beating KD. Kobe, second round sweep, and LeBron. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so what you're speaking about 2011. Yeah, and you know what's funny, man? That year, my Lakers got exposed because we could not defend the pick and roll. And listen, man, as much credit as I give Phil Jackson, I got to give him smoke too. Phil Jackson was a horrible adjustment guy. But Phil Jackson was really good. Y'all hit the like button. He was really good at a person's like temperament to manage it. He was really good at that. He was really good at that. Of guys' personalities and just like, okay, I'm gonna put you in this basket, put this basket, I'm gonna rein you in. And how do we know that? Dennis Rodman, doing the Bulls' second three-peat, he let him go over to Las Vegas and do his thing, get his rocks off, and come back to the team and win. A lot of coaches won't deal with that, but Phil Jackson understand, excuse my French, you dealing with a fuck nigga. So with fuck niggas, you gotta let them get their rocks off, because if you are overt disciplinarian, you're gonna lose them. That Scottie Pippen. If you remember Dennis Rodman in context, Dennis Rodman was a castaway point. Dennis Rodman was not a guy that nobody wanted on their team. But Phil Jackson has a very high, what they call it, Machiavellianism, where you understand personalities on a very high plane, where you know how to deal with personalities where, like, listen, if you ever coach a basketball team, guys, or a football team, everybody is equal. Well, no, everybody's the same, but not equal. And by that, I mean, you know what your star player is? You got a little more latitude you give them. Because if you give your star player the same latitude as one of your bum-ass players, how the South Park said, you're going to have a bad time. You got to understand that, listen, man, everybody's the same, but you're not equal. So a guy like Phil Jackson understood that, okay, I got a guy like Dennis Rodman. I got to give him more clemency than a guy like Scott Burrell. Scott Burrell, you fuck up one time, you're done. Dennis Rodman, listen, man, hey. Let's work through this. Any good leader understands this. And that's why I give Phil Jackson a lot of credit. But that particular series you're speaking about, 2011, he couldn't adjust to the pick and roll. And actually, that series before that, we played the I think the OKC Hornets at the time with Chris Paul and what's my man name? David West. We were struggling against the pick and roll against them. We were struggling. It's just that the Hornets didn't have the personnel to beat us. But we went to, like, playing against the Mavericks when they had the personnel. We couldn't deal with them. Having a coach like, God damn, I see his face. I can't think of his name. The Mavericks coach at the time. We couldn't deal with that. So basketball is a very intricate, sport. And I think a lot of people just don't respect all the idiosyncrasies of it, because it's so many things that go into wins and losses. There's so many things go into it. So I appreciate y'all who come on this channel, because I want to explain to y'all, being a former Division I coach, being a former Division I player, being a former professional player, like, basketball has a lot of depth to it. It has a lot of depth to it. So when you just go off stats, you go off narratives, it's not true. It's just not true. Let me put it that way. All right, so let's see. I'm late to the game. Okay, I got no guarantees. Let's see. Avery Johnson. What about Avery Johnson, brother? Go on, run it back for me, Zen. No guarantees. Said that was the best squad the Mavs ever had. And Jason Taylor, yes. The Mavericks were a cold squad because they played with team cohesion. And that's why, when I be on these streams, I be on these discussion, boards, it's not all about the names. Team dynamic can dominate names, because you give all these names, but your team dynamic does not equal up to the names, i.e., the names don't fit up, whether they don't match up to team dynamic. So I'm big on that, man. Like, we got to understand that, like, listen, man. Again, my classic example, the Spurs losing the finals to the Miami Heat. They bring in Marco Bellinelli. That's it. They didn't go recruit no big names, and they came and beat the shit out of the Heat the next year. Team dynamic matters. So when I talk about these streams, I want y'all to understand that like these little idiosyncrasies, they matter. So shout out to my again to my guy Lamont. We talked about the Miami Heat. Should they get Dame Lillard? In my opinion, absolutely. Dame Lillard is going to be a catalyst to your success. But if you notice, the Heat have not made big moves. The Heat have not added no names because, in my opinion, they're holding pat to see when they can attain Dame Lillard, right? But other than that, I mean, they got rid of Gabe Vincent. They got rid of Max Strus. They still have the culture in place to be in a championship ilk. Because listen, man, I'm not very high on Jimmy Butler, even though he's a Houston guy. I love him for that, capacity. But Bam Adebayo, he's never going to be an MVP level cat to me. But he's a strong piece for a championship nucleus. But you got like Tyler Hero coming back, off an injury. You got Eric Spoelstra as a strong coach. The Heat will be fine. So the Heat are just looking for one little linchpin, i.e. Dame Lillard, to bring it over top. But like my whole point was, you don't have to have a roster overhaul. And salute to my Lakers, that's what we did. The Lakers have a fucking good. Listen, man, we are like 3 deep at every position. The Lakers have a really good chance to get to the championship next year. Now, it's all predicated on Anthony Davis and LeBron James being healthy. That's the biggest caveat. But over than that, we went and got Gabe Vincent. We went and got Taurean Prince. We went and got Jackson Hayes. We shored up all the problems we had. That's just facts. So that's something that we chose to go scorched earth. But when you juxtapose that with the Heat, they go in a different direction. They were willing to let Gabe Vincent walk because why is that? Because they want Dame Lillard to eventually get over there. And I think it's going to be a long play. I think Portland's playing hardball, which they should, with a guy like that. That's a top tier guy. But I think ultimately, you got to let him go. He won't be there anymore. So it's just funny to kind of watch those things, kind of parse out. Let's see. Mavs head coach Avery Johnson. He the head coach here? I didn't know Avery Johnson was the head coach. Really? It's not Jason Kidd? I thought Jason Kidd was the head coach of the Mavericks. But by all means, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll land the plane here. The NBA is a very it's a league predicated on guys who play basketball the right way, who do things the right way. So I'm very much, I'm happy with the Hall of Fame class, with Tony Parker, with Dirk Nowitzki, with Paul Gasol. And I didn't get on Paul Gasol yet. Paul Gasol was a cat who came through, obviously, the Euro League, the Spanish League, the ACB League, as it were. He came to the NBA, with Memphis, a mixed bag of results as far as playoff success. Came to the Lakers, playing with Kobe. Had a beautiful career. So I think that's why he's a, his number got retired, which I don't agree with that. But overall, man, Paul Gasol played basketball the right way, and I respect guys who do that. So salute to him. So let me say that as we go out. But Greg Popovich, Tony Parker, D Wade, again, even with his weird shit he be on, because another stream for another day. I ain't gonna go into that. But D Wade is a weird guy. But basketball, centered, he deserves everything he gets. I stand on that. And shout out to my guy Third, man, in the building. Said, what's the deal? H-Town. Yeah, H-Town till I drown. You know what time it is. No Guarantee says Memphis gave Gasol to Lakers. Yes. No, it wasn't Memphis. It was Jerry West. Jerry West did his Lakers a solid by giving Paul Gasol up for Kwame Brown, and Marc Gasol. Now it just so happened that the genetic pool did him right, and Marc Gasol panned out for the Memphis Grizzlies. But yeah, Marc Gasol, if you remember, he was a second round draft pick, a young guy, and it just so happened to work out. But yeah, Jerry West did a extreme solid for his his former Lakers. That's for damn sure. Let's see, Justin was done by way international accomplishments. Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing too. To D-Live's point, great point, sir. The Basketball Hall of Fame is comprised of all of your accomplishments. You guys hit the like button if you're not done so already. It's about your whole body of work. So like people say, how is Yao Ming in the Hall of Fame? Because Yao Ming did shit in China too, though, right? Arvydas Sabonis, I believe he's a Hall of Famer. He did shit in Serbia as well. So it's just not the NBA. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So all the things you do outside of it makes you a Hall of Famer. I think Chick Hearn, who is a basketball commentator, is in a Basketball Hall of Fame as well. I think so. But if he's not, there's a lot of guys like that as well. Third says, I like this Hall of Fame list. I'm not sure if it's the Hall of Fame, sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Paul Gasol is very skilled big man, but he benefited off the prowess of Kobe Bryant. He just did. So for all the people who say that, oh, Paul Gasol saved Kobe, in some capacity, yes, in 2009, but Kobe Bryant made Paul Gasol, man. Paul Gasol was a talented big man who had no, and I mean this in true fashion, no playoff experience. Success. He was 0-8 in the playoffs before he came to the Lakers. 0-8. So when he came to the Lakers, things changed for Paul Gasol because you had the benefit of playing with Kobe Bryant. And did Paul, hold his Paul? Did he hold his end of the bargain up? Yes, he did. Absolutely. But it wasn't him. So that's why I cringe a little bit of him having, his jersey retired, in Staples Center, Crypto Arena. It's like, Paul is definitely a Scottie Pippen kind of guy. But, I'm not mad if and when the Bulls retire Scottie Pippen as being, a retired jersey, because he earned it. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Let's see. Third said, Zen said, do you agree with what was said, creating a pro basketball Hall of Fame by Rob Parker? Well, it's already that. There's no such thing as an NBA Hall of Fame. It's already a pro basketball Hall of Fame. So it is what it is. I guess what Rob Parker is alluding to is like, let's evaluate things on the merit that it's to be evaluated on, meaning, that these people are not necessarily NBA Hall of Fame. So let's go off the whole career. So I'm with that, but that's literally what it is already. It's literally already the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. Let's see. Would you say that Paul Gasol is equivalent, say, Chris Bosh? Yes. I would put Paul Gasol and Chris Bosh in the same ilk of players. Straight up. Yes. Paul Gasol and Chris Bosh are damn near the same player. Great comment, third. See, first jersey up at Intuit. So Intuit is going to be where the Clippers play. So the first jersey I would say for the Clippers, that's a good question. Whoa. Maybe Chris Paul? Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. Yeah. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. What's the old school cat name? I want to say Nate Thurman. It's not Nate Thurman. Old school big man played for the Clippers. I would put him in there. Somebody help me out. Fuck, what's his name? What's his name? God damn, I can't think of his name. Ah, shit. Somebody didn't say Pat Bev. Shout out to Santi Ball in the building. Danny Manning. You know what? That's not a bad name, Salty Balls, but I can't give. No. That's a damn good name. It's fuck. It's a big man. I can't think his name. He's like early 90s, late 80s. Somebody help me out. And also, guys, listen, man. I said this at the beginning of my channel. I got demonetized off of some bullshit. So if you want to donate to the channel, hit the Cash App. HJ Streams, as in hoop jargon. HJ Streams on Cash App if you guys want to support the channel. So appreciate it. Not required, always appreciate it. God damn it. Man, I'm going to make a community tab on this. It's pissed me off. I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name. It's pissed me off. And salute, bro. Jerry West didn't play for the Clippers, did he? Grail Sack, Sean Braddock. Y'all niggas just No, bro. It's a dude that played. He's an undersized big man. He played for the Clippers. I can't think his name is. It's pissing me off. But anyway, okay, so him be damned. Hall of Fame Clippers. I'm going to go, what did I say earlier? Clippers. God damn, I can't think of the names no more. Yeah, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin for sure. I think that Lob City iteration was a very big, thing for the Clippers, man. And you got to hit the like button as well. Elton Brand. I'm not against Elton Brand. Yes. Good shit, third. Oliver Candy, well, shit. As far as the fucking draft is concerned, yeah. But Oliver Candy ain't really produced like that. But I like where your mind is, Salty. Bob McAdoo. Damn it, there you go. Bob McAdoo, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul. And I think, Kawhi Leonard will probably be in that ilk as well. So I'm cool with that as well. But the Clippers got to make some stake. Again, I live in Los Angeles, man. The Clippers got some work to do. Shout out to my guys. Man, my nigga Sub-Zero to pull it up. Y'all sub to my guy Sub-Zero, one of the smartest niggas on YouTube. Don't argue me. Argue with your mama. You done pulled up. And shout out to, man, Salty Balls. Y'all subscribe to Machismo TV. Great content over there. Say you're being kind to the Clippers. Little brother was Clippers was little. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I'm being kind because the Clippers have to establish something. Because the Clippers are going to the Intuit, dome or whatever the fuck they call that shit. It's a different thing from the Lakers now, which I think they should have been done that. So since the Clippers are being sovereign from the crypto / Staples Center, they need to start their own shit. So if they're gonna start their own shit, I'm just name who are the guys who are the progenitors of their franchise. So Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Bob McAdoo. Yep. Those are you guys. First one up in OKC, KD or Russ. Shit, it better be KD. Kevin Durant is the best player that put an Oklahoma City jersey on. And the career shows it. The career shows it. See, y'all hit that like button. Again, if you don't hit the Cash App again, I got demonetized on some bullshit. HJ Streams on Cash App. You see the logo if you want to contribute to the stream. Cool. If not, that's cool too. Just comment. Same currency for me. But yeah, absolutely, man. What was I saying? Yeah. So if you can't see Kevin Durant as the better player, like, what are you doing? Like, Kevin Durant is going to be a top 10 player when it's all said and done. Russell Westbrook will be a top 50 guy. A top 50 guy. And listen, man, your boy Hoop Jargon told you this like, 3 years ago? I told you this 3 years ago. I told you this dude, he has problems. This dude is a very deficient guy. This dude never played point guard in his life before he got to the NBA. So those pose problems. So since there's problems, you need to evaluate as such. So I just got to say, ladies and gentlemen, I got to say, for you to not, accept the fact that KD is a two-time NBA champion, probably 3 times, because listen, the Suns have a real chance to win a championship this year. The Clippers, not so much. So the proof is in pudding. Let's see. They still in San Diego Clippers, and they still get that. Hey, I feel it. Just like that bitch ass Chargers. Man, real shit though. Me living in LA, the Chargers don't get no love out here, bro, and they deserve no love. The Rams barely get love. Like, LA is not a football city. Me being a Texas guy, I'm a Cowboys fan. The Rams barely get football love. Win the Super Bowl, it's like you don't see people walking around with Rams football championship Super Bowl shirts on. You don't see it. Because LA is it's a Laker city, and it's a Laker city, and it's a Laker city. You don't see nothing else beside that. So it's just funny to see people have opinions about what goes on out here. And nah. And y'all hit the like button, man, please. Suns finna be back. GP would go to C-Town. Man, you know what? I think that's true. I think the Sonics, I think Seattle is a very good basketball city. And I think that, politics got away with that shit. So we'll see how that rides out. But yeah, I would love to see Seattle get a team again. Even with that boog-ass, ugly-ass green color, I'm cool with that. Let's see. Sub says, if you count Seattle, GP has a case. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Sub. You're absolutely right, bro. Salty Boss says it's a Raider city. But yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, Raider fans, they get my respect, man. Raider fans are everywhere, and they do this annoying ass shit. Raiders, like everywhere they go. Fuck the Raiders, from my perspective. But yeah, the Raiders have a very ardent, strong fan base. Absolutely. We made the Raiders evil. We're a football city, just the Raiders. So, Salty Balls, you live in LA, bro? You goddamn right. Yeah. Listen, man, I remember going to, when I was in Dallas, man, before I moved to LA, this is 2019. I went to a taping of First Take, and T.O. came, and Michael Irvin came in Dallas. And, the whole tenor was, it was a Cowboy-centric show, but Stephen A. Smith does what he does. He trolled and shit. He had a Patriots jersey on, trolling. It was beautiful. But it was nothing but Cowboys fans there. But there was a faction of DFW, which is Dallas-Fort Worth, Raiders fans. And they was there deep. And they was just Raiders. Like the whole time. They just kept doing that shit. So they earned my respect. I ain't gonna lie. It was annoying, but they earned my respect. Like they rep their team, bro. So I fucks with that. Salty Balls say you grew up in Watts. Yeah. Man, I had a car breakdown and watch like 10 years ago, man. I had, what's funny, man? Niggas be saying how black people don't, get together and break bread. Cash App, Chris, I think that's you, Salty Balls. Appreciate that 50 on it, brother. Appreciate that, man. If I was on my board, I'd give you your proper shout out. Um, Motherfucking in watch, bro. My car broke down. I had an Escalade at the time, and I was stupid. I had an Escalade, just being a dumbass. I bought an Escalade, 25 years old. And my shit, I drove from Houston to LA. I stayed out here for a month. And my car broke down with this broad I used to deal with. And she was trying to be out here to be an actress. But, I done busted up, back in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? But, I was out here, and she didn't let me hit out here. I was just like, what the fuck? But at any rate, my car broke down, and brothers from Watts helped get my car back right, man. And so I'm forever indebted to the brothers out there in Watts, California, because I was an outsider. I ain't had no money like that, and they helped me get my car back right. Because I kept my car on too long, and I tried to do a jump, and I messed up. I was 25, 26 years old. Just been a dumbass. And the brothers out there helped me get my shit right. So I'm forever indebted to brothers out there in Watts, California. So salute. I gotta say that. And I appreciate you, Salty Balls, for putting that 50 piece on it. So as we land the plane, I'm gonna do these more, man. And listen, man, I'm gonna start promoting this shit. It's an app called Plenty of Fish, POF. There's like a big lane for sports talk. And me and my guy FYF Sports been on that thing for the last 2 weeks. Listen, man, so I'm going to drop a link. You guys go on POF because it's dope, man. Like, they're promoting me and FYF, and it's a good thing, man. Like, the stuff I do on here for free, they do over there. And so I appreciate y'all for supporting me over here. But over there, it's some good shit cooking over there, like the live feature and shit like that. So, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Oh, let's see. Zen says people act like cats gonna set trip for nothing. They won't. Yeah. Because my experience in LA, I've been living here for what, 4 years almost. It's like you get pressed doing clown shit. I've never been pressed my whole 4 years being here. And they say don't wear a Houston Astros shirt because that, well, shirt or hat that represents Hoover Crip. Yeah, I wear my Astros shit all the time. I mean, I'm 6'7", so I guess niggas don't press me like that. But it's almost like if you move funny, you get funny results. That's what I've seen so far, down there being here 4 years living in LA. Stand up watch. Okay. What's up? Salty Balls also says, let me give you a wrench, brother. I appreciate you so much, man, being a part of this. You're a mod over here. I definitely like what you got going on your channel. See, y'all go sub up to Salty Balls. I know it's a funny ass name, but he has a channel called Machismo TV, man. It's a dope ass channel, man. It's a dope ass channel. Oh, let's see. Sports talking chicks. I'm there. Hey, real shit though. Salty Balls says it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. Yeah, exactly. If you being extra, you doing clown shit, you gonna get clown behavior. It's just gonna follow that shit. It's just what you are. You are what you represent. You're your own personal brand, absolutely. Moving weird, absolutely. Okay, y'all talk each other. Thank you. Machismo TV be on. Yeah, for sure. Y'all check out Machismo TV. It's good content. He mixes up like properly. He doesn't have his own editorial bias. It's dope. Let's see what happened while you demonetized. Because I made some YouTube shorts. I think that's why. And they demonetized me. So I can reapply in like a month. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, again, if you want to support the channel, not required, I always appreciate it. HJ Streams on Cash App. That's the workaround. It's some bullshit. And some of my editorial stuff I say, I don't hold back. I say what I mean what I say. So, I mean, it is what it is. I can't control that. But what I do is I deal with what I can control, and I appreciate y'all patronizing the page. I appreciate y'all listening to me because I mean, you can literally be doing anything besides listening to me. So, I want to say that. So, any rate, thank y'all's in. Thank you, Salty Balls. Thank you, No Guarantees. Let me scroll up. Thank you, Third. D Lob. Let's see who else is on this piece. And everybody else, scrolling above that. I appreciate y'all listening in because listen, man, black male media is needed, man. We got to put out our word. We got to put out our story from our editorial standpoint without being subjugated to, bias or subjugated to you got to be beyond the eight ball. Because as you guys know, I cover the NBA, I cover the NFL. I have professional credentials. Y'all see me. I covered the Super Bowl the last 2 years. I be out here in the field, man, and I want y'all voice to be, promoted throughout me doing that. So when I go cover, my guy AB who coaches at University of Baylor. When I cover, my guy Malik Rose, former Spurs legend. When I cover my man Marcus Fizer, former Chicago Bull, who's a part of my Facebook group. I want these guys to talk and you hear it from their mouth because they did the work. They did the shit. Cynthia Cooper, probably the Jordan of female basketball. She been on my channel. LeVar Ball, been on my channel. I want y'all to hear these people who are out there actually doing it. So I hope y'all appreciate what I do because I do it for y'all entertainment. So, and I do it for your edification. Because you got to hear it from the horse's mouth sometimes. So I really appreciate y'all. NFL preview, I will do that. I got you. No guarantees. I will do it. And yeah. So again, man, I don't care about censorship like that. I'm gonna speak my mind regardless. But I gotta adhere to certain principles. So I hope you guys appreciate what I do because I'm gonna keep giving to you. Pause. Because it's going to be some better shit coming down the pipeline. Trust me and believe me. More NBA players. But down the pipeline, it's just that they got busy schedules, so I got to work with their schedules. It is what it is. Hoop says, thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Listen, man. YouTube is free. I get it. So I want to give y'all free entertainment. And not only that, just free edification. That's my whole thing because I know the work I put in basketball to learn sports, to know sports, and all that jazz. I want y'all to get this free game, too. I had to work for it, but I want y'all to get this game for free. That's what it is. So, all right, I'm about to hit the work. Appreciate y'all for being down with the channel. Appreciate y'all for what y'all do. And y'all go subscribe to Machismo TV, man. Salty Balls got that shit popping over there. That's a hilarious name. But men-centric content, men-forward content, that's where you need to be. Just saying. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.